Former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, the architect of India's economic reforms, breathed his last on Thursday night and today morning. These are the live visuals from outside the former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's residence, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived at 10 a.m. to meet his family and loved ones. The former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's death was announced by the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Delhi, where he was admitted in the emergency ward around 8:30 p.m. last night in a critical condition. Manmohan Singh breathed his last at the age of 92. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reached the residence of the former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh in Delhi. These are the live visuals from outside the former Prime Minister's residence. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is paying his respects to the former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh and will shortly be meeting his family and loved ones to offer his condolences. These are the live visuals from inside the former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's residence in the national capital of Delhi. Dr. Manmohan Singh is lauded to be one of the finest economists that India has ever seen. His 1991 economic reforms are remembered and have set a benchmark in India's economic history. Leaders from across the world have offered their condolences. That on your screens is BJP's Amit Shah offering his respects, his last respects, to the former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. Dr. Manmohan Singh was admitted to Delhi's AIIMS hospital last night at 8:30 p.m. in a critical condition. In fact, the government has also announced a 7-day mourning period over the death of the former Prime Minister and economist Dr. Manmohan Singh. All activities of political importance and national importance will be on hold for the next 7 days, including the Congress's CWC meeting in Karnataka. Flags will be at half-mast across the country. That on your screens is the live visual from inside the former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's Delhi residence, where Prime Minister Modi arrived at 10 a.m. just moments ago to pay his last respects. He's also joined by Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Congress party on Thursday, which is yesterday, announced that all parties' official programs, including its Foundation Day celebrations, will be cancelled for the next 7 days over the former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh's death. The next 7 days will mark respect for the former Prime Minister who passed away at AIIMS in New Delhi last night at 8:30 p.m. That's BJP's chief JP Nadda paying his respects to the former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. We're also being joined by my colleague Harsha from Ground Zero right outside the former Prime Minister's residence to get us more updates on the story. Harsha, tell me more. Prime Minister Modi has already arrived. JP Nadda has arrived to give and offer condolences to the former Prime Minister's family and loved ones. In fact, Union Home Minister Amit Shah is also at Dr. Manmohan Singh's Delhi residence. Who all are expected to follow? Tell me more.
Now the visuals from inside the residence of former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's residence, where what the visuals clearly show that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah and National President JP Nadda, all three have paid their respects to former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. They met and greeted the family members who are grieving through this tough time where they have lost a very influential person, and also the entire country is saddened with the demise of former PM Manmohan Singh. The visuals on our screen, what we are believing is that for another 10-12 minutes, Prime Minister will be there inside with the family members. After 12-15 minutes or so, we'll see the cabinet of Prime Minister, Home Minister and JP Nadda will be exiting from former PM Manmohan Singh's residence, and also the entire day, back to back, several leaders will be arriving at the residence to pay tributes and respect to former PM Manmohan Singh's mortal remains. We are also expecting senior Congress leaders to arrive here by 10:30, and between 10:30 to 11 between 10:30 am to 11 am, several leaders will be arriving. But visuals from here also, from where I am standing, because what we have got to know that Prime Minister is still inside, Home Minister is still inside, and National President is still inside, meeting the family members who are going through this tough time. So these pictures and visuals on our screen, which tell us a lot about the stature of the statesman and the person of the towering personality, who the entire country now has lost. So these are the visuals on our screen. And also Prime Minister yesterday only after getting to know about the news when it first broke out on our channel, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also posted a tweet yesterday about the sad demise and about the loss which country is now bearing with the loss and after the death of the former PM Manmohan Singh. Now these are also the visuals where I am standing, because the entire road has now been blocked. Anytime now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be exiting from the residence of former PM Manmohan Singh, a leader of such illustrious career, the leader who is not only the greatest economist of the times, but also was one of the key influential person when the country steered through the global economic crisis in 2008, and how the relations with India and US through the nuclear through the nuclear deal went and became a game changer in the country's global finance policy. That is what also the country has seen in 2008 and 2009. He was highly recognized by the countries like Britain, US, Germany. When there was a G20 meeting after 2008, he was also a very instrumental person in the formation, in the developing of the Quad nation when it was continuously being pushed by then Japan PM Shinzo Abe. So right now, these are the visuals. As we stay with the visuals, they are coming from inside the residence of former PM. Back to you.
Right, Harsha, stay with us. We're also being joined by Suyesha, who will get us more updates on the story. Suyesha, former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh steered the country for about 10 years, and now he has passed away at the age of 92. We know that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, BJP's President JP Nadda and Union Home Minister Amit Shah are in the residence right now paying their respects to the former Prime Minister. Tell us more details about this.
Oh yes, absolutely. So firstly, just to take you through the latest details that Harsha just also quickly briefed our viewers, as we understand that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's cavalcade had arrived a few minutes ago, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi paying his last respects at the residence of former late Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. The more we talk about him, the less it is of his achievements, and the very fact that today you see the kind of responses that are coming in from across party circles reflects that whatever the professional animosity may have been, whatever the criticism may have been, but fact is that every leader cutting across party circles truly respected him as a statesman. He was the man who had not just steered India through the global financial crisis, but also with the way he led the country with the financial reforms, and in fact really the vision that he had of how he laid India and its position on the global order, of the key decisions that he had taken in the 90s when it came to the economic liberalisation policy, and even how Manmohan Singh is credited as the architect of India for not just key economic reforms, but also in 1998 when the nuclear test was carried out at Pokhran under the stewardship of then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So really to understand that while his critics may say that he was not typically a Prime Minister who would interact a lot or who would come in public domain a lot, but his work really spoke for himself, for how he steered the country under his leadership and the kind of decisions that he take, of the dignity that he led the country with. In fact, again, like we understand that while he had the book that was written on him where he had spoken that there can't be two power centers, and something that was also a point of criticism that came in. I do apologize because this is a busy road outside the former Prime Minister's residence where there is moving traffic, and we understand that due to the kind of VIP movement that is underway, Prime Minister's cavalcade that is inside. In fact, we learned that Union Home Minister, who was also inside a short while ago, and in that sense, there is high security in this zone. But really coming back to talking about how Manmohan Singh led India to making it a rising global power, and that is really the foundation that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is building upon. So all in all, these are the latest details that are coming in as 7-day mourning has been declared by the centre, and even the Union Cabinet to meet to mourn the sad demise of former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh.
Right, so Yesha, thank you for joining us. I will request you to continue being with us on the broadcast. We're also being joined by Piyush, who is outside the Congress headquarters in New Delhi at the moment. Piyush, the Congress party has announced that all party-related programs, including the Foundation Day, will be stalled for about 7 days over the former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's demise. Tell us more about what other measures that the Congress party has taken, and when can the Congress leaders be expected to come pay their respects to the former Prime Minister?
So in fact, what I can tell you is that the Congress is now leaving no stone unturned to make sure that they give their utmost respect to Dr. Singh, a person who gave his life for the Congress party and who continued to remain loyal to this party till he breathed his last. And I would just request my video to show the visuals of the Congress headquarters, where in respect of Dr. Singh, the Congress flag has been lowered, and all the Congress party workers as of now are coming over here at the party headquarters at the 24 Akbar Road in order to make sure that all last respects that needs to be given to Dr. Singh over here at this headquarters are taken care of. Now, what we have been told by our sources is that tomorrow between 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. the mortal remains of Dr. Singh is going to be kept at these headquarters, where it is going to be made available for the public to come and pay their last respects to Dr. Singh, a person who gave his life for this party and who continued to be loyal to this party till he breathed his last. Now, as I said, that today the most important criteria for the party is that they would make sure that this mortal remains will be there at his official home, where all leaders across political spectrum would be coming and paying their last respects. But tomorrow, what the Congress party is planning is that first they will be keeping the mortal remains over here at the Congress headquarters, and then following this, there is going to be a kind of a procession that is going to be held to the place near Rajghat, where the last rites of Dr. Singh is going to be held. So yes, the Congress party, after being blamed for long that it has never paid respect to all its leaders who have done so much and who have contributed so much for the party, this time want to make sure that they give their utmost and all fitting tribute to Dr. Singh, a person who continued to be the pride not only for the Congress party but also for the nation at large. Back to the studio.
Right, Piyush, thank you so much. Continue being with us. We're also joined by Suyesha and Harsha. Suyesha, I would like to come back to you. We were speaking about how Dr. Manmohan Singh has had an illustrious career. He's also pulled India out of the economic shambles and brought the country face to face to the groundbreaking liberalisation policies. Speak to us more about Dr. Manmohan Singh and his legacy.
Yes, absolutely, Kesu. And there is a reason that Prime Minister Manmohan Singh is credited to be the architect of opening India's economy to the world, that lifted record number of people out of poverty. In fact, he is the man who set the stage for the nation to secure a seat when it came to global high table. Unfortunate that he lost his life. And we've also seen how Prime Minister Modi had credited him for being the dedicated politician, for being the dedicated statesman that he has always been. We'd seen that interaction in the parliament where even at the age that he was, but he ensured that he came to the parliament to cast his vote. And really talking about, his keen interest in foreign policy, of how he steered the country under his leadership through 2004 to 2014, how he successfully got India out during the global financial crisis and marked the country in the New World Order. So, we've been getting so many reactions cutting across party circles, talking about how he was a man who was extremely grounded, who was full of humility. He had a very humble beginning, but he held the highest constitutional post in the country and led the country through the 10 years of him being Prime Minister under his leadership from 2004 to 2014. He ushered a wave of financial reforms and welfare measures. In fact, he was the man who broke that very belief when, it was said that financial reforms can't go hand in hand with social welfare. He was the man who really busted that myth and proved naysayers wrong. The economic reforms that were steered by Dr. Manmohan Singh when he was finance minister and P.V. Narasimha Rao was the prime minister in the 1990s, the policies that were employed by him, how he lifted millions of people out of poverty, how the middle class really saw a whole new beginning, a whole new rise during that time, during that decade. And Indian businessmen, the startups culture really that we see thrive today, but Indian businessmen who had to face the many red flags and red tapeism, that was something that was really cleared by Dr. Manmohan Singh as he revitalized Indian business and the way Indian businessmen functioned to be able to cross the borders, to be able to, really thrive across the borders and, have their businesses flourish. How he steered the landmark Indo-US nuclear deal that also really gave a glimpse to the entire country that, he may be a very understated politician, but he is the man who truly knows politicking of how to steer the country out during the tough times. In fact, his government was put online several times, especially his second term that was particularly difficult, that was marred by allegations of corruption. But he certainly, as an individual, conducted himself with utmost dignity, being the Prime Minister and really with all the allegations and the wrath of it that came on him. He weathered the several crises that his cabinet had to face, but he ensured that the Congress stayed afloat during that time. In fact, even when Rahul Gandhi's 2013 ordinance steering antics had happened, it deeply hurt him, so much so that he had offered his resignation at that time. But later it was also said that Rahul Gandhi had apologized to him. So all in all, the more one talks about him, the more his legacy is only rich enough that words can't do justice to how much Manmohan Singh has done for the country. While the critics may have had their share, the naysayers may have had their share, but while the backlash may have come on the party, he himself, as the individual he was, as the Prime Minister he was, commanded great respect.
Right, so Yesha, thank you so much. And you're right, the iconic 1991 Narasimha Manmohan model pulled India out of economic shambles. I'll request Harsha, Piyush and Suyesha to continue being with us because senior Congress leaders and MPs offered their condolences on the tragic demise of the former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. Listen into these reactions.
डॉक्टर साहब का निधन देश के लिए एक बड़ी अपूर्णीय क्षति है। वो भारत माता के एक ऐसे पुत्र थे जिन्होंने अपना जीवन भारत को बनाने में समर्पित कर दिया। जो आज का समुन्नत होता हुआ भारत है, उस भारत को बनाने की नींव उन्होंने डाली थी। उसकी बुनियादी नहीं डाली थी, बल्कि उसको आगे भी बढ़ाया था। और उत्तराखंड के ऊपर भी उनका, उत्तराखंड के पुनर्निर्माण का जब वहाँ माया देवी आपदा के बाद 2013 की, तो उसमें उन्होंने उदारता पूर्वक उत्तराखंड की मदद की। एक बड़ा आर्थिक पैकेज दिया, जिसके कारण हम सारे केदारनाथ सहित सारे पुनर्निर्माण के कामों को और पुनर्वास के कामों को पूरा कर पाए।
इसके लिए कितनी क्षति हुई है?
कांग्रेस के लिए भी एक बड़ी क्षति है। वो एक सहारा थे, हमारे भरोसा थे, पथ प्रदर्शक थे। जो राहुल जी ने कहा कि वो मेरे मार्गदर्शक थे। तो और जब कोई कठिन समय आता था तो वो पार्टी का मार्गदर्शन भी करते थे। हम, उनकी उपस्थिति हमारे लिए भरोसा थी, और उनकी उपस्थिति हमारे लिए नहीं, पूरे देश के लिए एक भरोसा थी।
Dr. Manmohan Singh's passing is the end of an era. Manmohan Singh ji in his life, the contributions he made, policy making, to economic growth, to being the governor of the RBI, to be a finance minister, to be the prime minister, he led from the front. He will be remembered for, I think, his honesty and humility, and as a person who was someone who had friends across parties, and I think in all his life he kept India first, his nation first. He was a true son of India.
When we talk about his period as a leader, we have to talk about his role as an economic policy maker, and that goes back to 1991 when, and the world knows it and the country knows it, the new policies that he introduced were extremely beneficial to India.
The motto remains of the late former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh has been shifted to his residence. It is expected that leaders and dignitaries across political spectrum will be visiting his residence to pay him their last respects. Stay tuned as we bring in more details from Ground Zero. We will be back after a short break. Keep watching Republic TV.